And it says I am live. And I think this is the right microphone this time. Yeah, that's the right microphone. Last time I did this, I left the microphone turned on the camera instead of on that, and the sound really sucked. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. Rover, Eddie, you guys have been there since probably about 30 minutes ago. Thank you very much. Terry, thank you for joining. Ewan, how you doing, my friend? Looks like we're all in here. Got 2 viewers. That's about right. Mike. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's the wrong mic. Hello, Aunt Nancy. Thank you for joining. Man, 5 viewers. Okay, we're good. Oh, we got Aaron in the house. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining. Today, we're going to unbox the Geeetech A20M. And it's not just a machine. It's the whole machine. Apparently, they have half machines, too. I'm not really for sure on that one. Oh, goodness. Ewan wants me to make a promise that I won't use a drill. I can't guarantee that. I keep feeling my phone vibrating for some reason. Hey, Paul. Ryan Binder Kid, thank you for joining. BV3D, man. Robbie, thank you for joining. Well, let's go ahead and get into this. Kind of move this off to the side. And I just messed up the chat. There we go. Team Fam Bam 5, Uncle Jimmy. Ooh. Let's see, which one are you? Please let me know. Give me your name. 3D, how you doing? Thank you very much for joining. Wow, 9 viewers. That's an all-time high right there. So let's go ahead and check this out. So Geeetech contacted me, asked me if I'd be interested in checking this printer out. I said most definitely. And next thing I know, I got a notification that there was a package on the way. And about 2 days later, this appeared on the doorstep. Came from mainland China, if I remember right. So here we have the Quickstart guide. It shows all the different parts and gives directions on how to put everything together for the most part. Oh, Bobby, thank you very much. We got to get your printer going. So for Christmas last year, he got a, what was that one? It's the Monoprice Select Mini version 2. And he's not hooked it up yet. And I feel like a really, really bad uncle because I have not went over there and made him hook that thing up and print with it yet. So I gotta correct that mistake here very soon. Okay. Well, the glass plate is not on the bed, which means it's going to be one of those models that's going to have the clips, which is unfortunate, but we'll get around that one way or another. Okay. I guess I should. Who needed that anyway? Let me see if I can get my overhead camera set up here. Let's see. There we go. And let's get it right about there. That's pretty good. Something like that. I still got to get a better camera. So we have our US cord right here. Standard computer type cord. I see the spool holders along with some Allen wrenches and some screws and a wrench and stuff like that. Set that over there. Let's see, we have some sample filament, PTFE tubing, and zip ties, and a USB cord. There's the notorious clips. I see we've got an SD card and 2 filament sensors, along with some more screws. Another awesome Geeetech mouse pad right there. Thank you, Geeetech. And here's one of the extruders. You can see it's one of the geared type. Another one. Here we have our gantry. Come on, baby, get out of there. And once again, this one has a single lead screw to it instead of a double, but that's all right. It's a different color. It's not blue. What? It's not blue. Okay, we'll see if we can deal with this. I can't believe they switched from blue to white. Yeah, that'll work. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so already the biggest difference I see between this one and the A20M is that the electronics are all self-contained. There's no external power supply to have to connect, which should make it simply a little bit easier. There we go. Pretty. Set this on this piece over here so I don't break it. Throw my knife back in my pocket. Let's go ahead and get rid of this other camera. There we go. Get that out of the way. Teresa, my goodness. No, I haven't. I didn't know it was on display. Does it purr really, really loud? Yeah, I agree with you. I'm disappointed there are clips. I really wish they hadn't used the clips. I wish they would have. And they also did not put the tape on the bottom of this board either. Now, a friend of mine got the A10, just the standard A10, and it had the removable bed. But they had actually put the Captain tape underneath it, which insulated it so when you put the clips on, they didn't have an issue. Now, Calvin had a problem with his A20M where he put the clips on there. When it did, it caused a short, and his printer would just power off. It would not print until he took and put some kind of tape or something there to protect it. But we'll deal with all that here shortly. We'll take care of that. In fact, in the meantime, I'll probably find out from them if there's an adhesive that can be used with that will work, because I'd rather have it connected directly to the bill plate. Let's see. It was there for most of the stream. That's cool. Let's see. You guys get me distracted so easily. Okay, let's get back at this. Okay, so we have the main body here. We have the gantry there. And that looks to me like the screws I will need. So let's go ahead and empty this bag. Once again, it's got the SD card. It's going to have my pieces there. It's got that. And let's see, that is missing its washer. There we go. And then I guess I could have undone the actual Ziploc portion of that. Let's go ahead and get the proper Allen wrench out. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. So I want to set this on its side for the most part. Okay, so that's a little bit more difficult to get that up through there, but that's all right. We'll make it work. I'm going to have to get the Allen wrench on there first, I think. I just don't want to drop it on the inside. There we go. Okay. I won't tighten it down all the way. I just want to get it in there a little ways so it can kind of hold itself. That one started. Okay. I go from this side. Okay. It started. It does. It looks remarkably similar to the, where did I put it? The Artillery 3D. The difference with Artillery 3D is it actually has a USB port for printing from instead of the SD card. But extremely similar. Which is something I'm noticing between all the printers. All the printers that are coming from China right now are looking remarkably similar. And off camera, Calvin and I have had discussions about it. And I don't know if he feels the same way about it as I do, but I got a gut feeling that a lot of them are going to be manufactured, a lot of them from the same factory. I might be wrong about it. I haven't asked, and I'm not going to ask because I'm whatever they do that way is all on whatever they want to do. But I just kind of got that gut feeling from the parts I'm seeing between the different brands. They're looking very similar. Okay, so I cannot use that Allen wrench to tighten that the way I normally would because of the way that is up in there recessed a long way. Instead of using a longer screw and coming in all the way from the bottom, there's a extrusion that's up on the inside of it. And that extrusion is what the bolts fit through. So you have to go quite a ways up in there to where the head of the Allen wrench is. It is that far up inside there. Yeah, they all said that about the same time. I noticed that. Almost all the 3D printing companies over there made the same post about the same time saying that they were moving to a new factory. And I noticed that too. That's one of the reasons why I believe that they're all, at least for the most part, are going to be manufactured at the same factory. Now I'm feeling a bump right there, which usually means I got a flat wheel. But rather than to do anything about it at this point, I'm going to loosen the eccentric nuts just a hair. See if that corrects it. we'll make sure that it's not loose, which it's not. I'll loosen it that little bit, got rid of that bump. Just kind of want to check all the wheels, make sure none of them are just super loose, which they're all good. Okay. Yeah, you gotta really work your tool up in there. Oh goodness. Okay. So now that we've got that together, I think the next thing you got to do is start getting the extruders put on. Let's see what the instructions are telling me to do. It'd be nice if I put the right direction up. Okay, so they're showing the extruders now to go like that. Okay. Wrong one. You would think that they would use that longer one for these so you can get past that motor, but they didn't. That's all right. We'll make it work. It's showing it somewhat toward the center, but I think that's good enough. Okay, so now it's a matter of getting that. There, it rotated. That's what I needed. Perfect. I guess I should have looked to see where the spool holders are supposed to fit. I think they're going to fit on the inside part. We'll see. If I need to shift them, I'll shift it. We'll see. I'll start right there to start out with, and then we'll go from there. Everyone's feeling neglected that I'm not using a drill on this stream, I think. He really enjoys me drilling holes and stuff, especially circuit boards. Okay. So now, of course, we will seat it nice. That's seated nice. Yeah, it's wanting me to do the wiring and all that. Yeah, we'll get there. Now, what I'm interested in is how have they changed these from the A10 that I had? So what they are wanting to do, so I'm having to go by a picture here. So it goes from the inside and goes that way, so that would be going back this way. Okay. Now see, once again, okay, now this time they actually have holes side by side. Okay, that's doable. That is doable. Yeah, it does look like an AS3D printer. It'd be interesting to see how it prints. Now, I do pay attention to the Geeetech forums, and I am fully aware that there are some calibration issues that may need to be addressed. Then again, it all depends on what revision this one is. Hopefully, it's one of them that's been fixed. But judging by the build plate, I'm Not really sure, but we'll see. But that's one of the reasons why I got this one, is so that I can check it out and fix any problems that need to be fixed and kind of share how I fix them. Nothing like that. Oh, let's spin around. Okay. So why is it being a jerk? Let's see. Let's loosen that up. No, not that much. Drop my nut. I dropped my screw too. At least that one landed on the table. Gotta watch my mouth. My nephew's on here. Gotta watch my mouth. Of course, my aunt's on here too. So. Oh goodness. It's got one nozzle, so it's got two fitting into one. Okay, that feels good. Nice. I'm glad they thought that one out and they put two brackets that are opposing to each other, which is good. Oh no, Jimmy dropped his nuts. Yeah, my nuts dropped. Yeah, I need to look up the specs on this one to see exactly what the build volume is. I want to say it's a little bit bigger than the A10. I do know that the enclosed electronics and not having to put the LCD on it and stuff like that is one of the biggest draws with this printer. Somebody who's never built a printer before and really doesn't want to spend the time building one, this gives them a little bit more ease on it. Especially somebody who's not wanting to play around with the electronics as much. You know, seating a ribbon cable in the for the LCD, this one's definitely a huge plus on that. Hey, I eyeballed that one pretty good. Should buy a lottery ticket. There we go. Pretty. Okay, so many nuts. So many nuts. Let's see. Now, for these, show on there where it wanted those. I know where they go. I just want to see if it shows me where it's supposed to go. And see on here, there's so many different conflicting things. For instance, let's see if I can see this where you can see it. Now, over here, we see the spool holders appear. They're supposed to be kind of in the middle, facing toward the, kind of like this. But yet, over here, it looks like the filament comes in from the side. There's little things like that, little hiccups like that kind of throw a person off. We'll see, though. We'll see how it works. Hey, Ewan, thank you very much. 255 by 255 by 255? I thought it was going to be a little bit taller. You're probably right, because it actually doesn't look like the Z is tremendously bigger. You cannot run ABS and PLA together because of the print temperature differences. At least I wouldn't attempt it. You would want to print like filaments so that you're not having to deal with a tremendous temperature difference, especially when you're going to be mixing two different filaments. I don't believe ABS and PLA would bond together. I might be wrong about that, but I'm thinking they probably wouldn't mix. A10 is 5 millimeters taller. Wow. But it's what, a 230 by 230 on the build plate. So you got a little bit more girth, as you will, on the on the X and the Y. Let's see, that should work. Okay. So now we're going to be down to put all the wires together. Let's see. Where did I see those little nippers at? There we go. So that is for the X, and that is for the X. Let's see. Which one's the X? There. That's going to be for this one right here. I think I'm going to have to turn my heater off. It seems like it's getting awful warm in here. Yes. Okay. One's there. Okay, so that one, as short as it is got to be going there. That is going to go there. Surprised that went in as easy as it did. Make sure we don't snip any wires. Oh yeah, that one can just go right there. Let's run this up this way. That one will go there. Use that way. No, it goes that way. Oh, there we go. See, how do I want to run that? I'll look at their diagram here in a bit, figure that out. These would come up here. Goes to there. That goes to there. And that plugs into there. And that plugs into there. Come on, get in there. There we go. Okay. I would think that wire needs to stay up here somewhere. See if they have any kind of a spot to zip tie to. Robbie, you're funny. I was hoping there's a little hole down there, but there's not. Can't do it to there. Really debating whether to run this cable here up and over, but I am not seeing. Looks like they just have it running this way, so I imagine you'd probably run this over all the way that way, and then zip tie it to here. Would be the best thing to do. I don't really like that, but we'll make it work for now. So I'm going by length, and since the wire is coming up this way, they're, let's see, are they actually labeled? Yes, E1 and E0. They actually do have the wires labeled. I just went off of length. I figured the shortest one would go to the closest one and so on like that. There we go. Once again, I hate having that just loose, but I guess it'll be fine. Okay. So we got all the wiring hooked up. Got the limit switch. That one already came hooked up. Connected that one. Connected that limit switch. Connected this limit switch. Connected that one. These along with the sensors. So now I think we're to the point where we can actually go ahead and put the board on it. Or board, I didn't need the build plate. Duh. Once again, I'm not a fan of clips. Clips were fine back whenever I very first got into 3D printing, and I got my very first 3D printer that had the glass plate that connected onto the build plate. But now that I'm older, I would say wiser, but I'm not. I know that these will ground out that plate on this particular plate the way it's designed. So I need to be sure to insulate it. And I did not come out here expecting this. So let's improvise with something. I don't want to use a thin piece of plastic. At one time, I had a roll of okay. Where did it go? I had a roll of that Captain tape. Really thin stuff. It's not very wide at all. Oh, that'll work. Haha, I found some electrical tape. That'll work. And all I need is a little bit of electrical tape underneath that bottom clip. So I'm just going to take and place it on the clip, and then placing the tape underneath the build plate, the aluminum build plate portion of it. That I think will work just fine. It's actually under the table. That's where I keep my old printer. I need to get it up on the shelf. I've been meaning to put it up there, and I just haven't had a chance to do it. Go there. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of clips anymore. That's one thing that I don't understand is when the A10 came out, the one I received was one of the first production ones from what I understand. And it used a E3D style. I say E3D style. It's a I'm sure it's not an actual E3D hot end, but it was a style of that style of a hot end. Thing worked great. And then I've noticed here recently they've went to all square looking hot ends. So I guess it's more of a proprietary hot end. There we go. But I honestly don't understand why they made that switch. That kind of surprised me. Okay. So that is all together. Well, Bot, how you doing, my friend? Glad you could join. Okay. So. That's nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and power it up. I use either awful quiet or did it even power up? That is super quiet. Let's take a look at something. I didn't see anything there about changing the power supply. Let's take a quick look and see. Oh, looky there. So on the back of this, that appears to be a switch. And it's on 230 volts. Now, the cool thing about being in the United States where it's 110 volts, or 115, is if you make that mistake, it's not a big deal. But you make that same mistake in any other country, and you're going to fry it. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's try this again. That sounds more like a working printer. Yep, we got a display. So, forgive me while I turn this around. We are going to go to prepare. We want to go to pre-PLA. Preheat PLA. Bed's heating up, nozzle's heating up. Good. I don't know if you can see the numbers climbing. Probably can't. Numbers are climbing though. Let's see if I guess I could take those off. I'm so used to leaving them on there because it protects the screen. And it just completely triggers people whenever I do that. Forgive me, Angus, for I've sinned. Yeah, that's what I understand. The extruder needs calibration. What I'm depending on is for a test print that they've got that figured out on the G code. That'll be on this SD card. So I'll print something from it more than likely. But yeah, I'm going to get with Calvin as far as the setting up all the settings that direction. He says he knows how to do it. I think he can do it from a dial, but he says you got to do it from the computer, and I hate hooking anything up to the computer. So we're going to go there, and we're going to go home. Okay, so now that is at the home position, I want to go ahead and disable the steppers. Move that forward a little bit. Move that over. Let's go ahead and adjust this bed. Let's see, lefty righty, lefty loosey. Feels good. That feels tight. Feels good. That feels tight. Got nice knobs on here. I like the knobs. Very comfortable to adjust. Like to feel that. Okay, so now repair, auto home. There we go. Actually, would like, well, it's actually off the bed. That's good. Okay, so what am I? Okay, there we go. I thought I was just going blind for a moment. Pop that in. What should I print with? I got these two rolls here. Let's see what they are. So I got a roll of AMZ 3D Neon Green. Let's go ahead and try that. And we'll put that one for this one. Nope, let's do it that way. That's better. Got it at 45. Straighten it a little bit. Straighten it a lot because it's going to have a long way to travel. Out through the filament sensor into the little tube. Come on. Don't do that to me. I understand you're long. But you should be able to fit through there. Come on. Oh, that's sharp enough. Should work just fine. There we go. And we're heated up. I did pay attention to what temperature, but it should be enough to melt this. Or not. Let's see. Oops. That's heated to 190. That should be more than enough. Let's lock that on there. And let's see what the other color is going to be. Might as well stay with the neon theme. Neon yellow. I have to throw out the white balance like crazy. There we go. Okay. See you next. Have a good one. Thank you for joining. And I talked to my contact from Geeetech a while back, and they said they were getting away from using the clips. But then this one arrived, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. We'll make it work, though. Okay, so let's see if we got the green coming out now. There we go. Got some green. some yellow. That's going to make for one ugly model. Let's go ahead and get this locked on here. And let's see what we have for our test models today. Let's see. From SD. Looks like it's going to be a dog. Hopefully it's a small dog. And yes, I'm very abusive to my printers, so. Now, the good thing about these, they seem pretty rigid to where I'm not afraid of grabbing hold of the gantry and moving it by the gantry. I wonder what it is doing. Oh, there we go. Okay, I have no idea what it's doing there. Yes, that's way of priming it. I have no clue. Let's see what that bottom layer does here. Bottom layer is looking pretty good so far. Print area, I believe, is 255 by 255 by 255. Okay, so it's feeding right now. It's feeding all neon yellow. I'm so colorblind. It's going to be funny to see what this dog turns out like. I'm going to move this closer to the camera and get the camera closer to it so you can watch the dog print. Let's get my monitor here so I can see what I'm doing. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's definitely louder than the Artillery 3D. Same as the A10. It's got the same steppers to it, I'm sure, because you can definitely hear the movements and everything. It's not as quiet. The fans, though, are remarkably more quiet than the previous generations of the Geeetech printers. Looks like that first layer went down really nice. Now this is the thing too, is when from what I'm understanding is when you use the G code that comes with the printer, it prints perfect. It's whenever you go to print your own model, that's when you'll notice that the E-steps may be off, and that's where the adjustment comes in. So I'm going to definitely have to learn how to do E-step adjustments and get that all fixed up. Yeah, and that white balance is horrible. I'm colorblind, but I can tell that's all washed out. Let's see. It has an E-step problem unless you taken up the end or up the what's the word I'm trying to figure out here? When you have the extrusion stepped up to compensate for it, which I'm sure that's what's going on. I do have porn. I had first layer porn, and now I got second layer. Now we're going for a third. Let's see. Can I zoom this a little bit? Oh yeah, there we go. And then trying to get this where I can look at the color of it. I cannot see the rest of it to see what the white balance looks like. That really doesn't look right. Oh, that's horrible. That's way worse. Or is it better? I can't tell. Yeah, it's throwing the white balance out like crazy. Yeah, white balance is all off. I got a feeling this dog's going to take a long time to print. And that's going to be a color transition print. So what's going to happen is it's going to start with the yellow and it's going to slowly turn into the neon green. So there's going to be a point where it's going to like mix the colors in between. So it'll make for some interesting changes in it. Definitely want to figure out a way of keeping that one up like that. I'll have to figure out a way of doing it, connecting it up there so it's not up against the lead screw. No, there's no real porn on here. Just this 3D printing porn. Yeah, so far it's laying down some nice looking layers. Let's see here. To grab my ruler. I want to see exactly what size build plate this is. So it's a 260 by 260. So that means anytime I go to create my profile, I got to be sure to put those measurements in because that'll center the print. Otherwise, it's going to do like it is right now, and it's going to print off to the side. So, let's see. Let's go over here to Kira. Might as well bring my keyboard over. You guys want to watch the print continue on, or do you want to see me make a profile for this? Well, I think I've bored you guys enough with watch me build profiles before, so let's go ahead and jump over here really quick and just set one up. Yeah, I guess I might as well take you guys for a ride here. Let's see. I can figure out how to do it here. It's like every time I'm new at it, every single time I do this. Let's see, screen share, application window, Ultimaker. There we go. Okay, so you guys should be seeing. Currently, this is my Artillery 3D profile, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to switch this to my Geeetech A20M because that's going to give me a good starting point. There we go. So now I can go over here to settings, add printer, custom, and this is going to be Geeetech A20M. Add printer. So we're going to go to 60 by 260, even though we're never going to use 260, and 255. And it's a heated bed. Take all that out. Come on. Get out of there. I don't think that matters, but oh well. It's going to have two extruders. And then extruder 1, so 0.4 millimeter at 1.75. And that one's going to be 1.75. Finish. Layer height, we're just going to go. I don't know why that's that way, but that's all right. 0.2. 0.3. No, come on, it's 0.2. And that's fine, that's fine. Wall thickness, I like 1.2. 1.2. And zigzag. Let's go 205. Action distance, I had it 6.5 before. Probably go ahead and keep it that way. Keep it the 25. Traction minimum distance travel is 5. Right, speed 60. Outer wall 30. Let's do that at 40. Travel speed. I don't know why it's up so high for that. It's not supposed to be. Initial layer speed 30. Yeah, that's fine. Combing all Z hopper retracted 0.5 millimeters. 0.5. Yeah, something got changed on my deal. It's not supposed to be all those numbers. It's going to be a skirt. Wow, everything got changed. That's weird. If I was going to generate support, extruder 1. Oh, what's funny is I got to transfer all these settings over to extruder 2 as well. Oh, fun. Support. Touching build plate. Overhang angle, 65%. Zigzag. I don't see my other settings there. Here we go. That's if I was going to do that. Support Z distance is going to be 0.2. And that's going to be 0.9. Actually, just make it 1. Cool. Go ahead and turn support back off. And I got to go to extruder 2 and add all those same settings into it. That sucks. See if I can remember them all. Z hop. 5. I think I'm remembering them all. And speed 0.5. Support. Yeah, let's go back to extruder 1 for support. Whatever floats its boat. I don't care. Technically, if it's on the extruder 2, it should be extruder 2, but yeah, actually, it is supposed to be extruder 2 if I'm on that. And oh no, that's for adhesion. Duh. That's right. Well, it'd help if I actually put the right button there. There we go. No touching build plate. I think I did 65. Zigzag. That's going to be 0.2. That's going to be 1. Yeah. Seems like I remembered it all. Okay. And let me go back over to the chat and see what you guys are saying. See if you're screaming at me yet. Nope, nobody's screaming at me. Good. So I must have done everything all right. Okay. So let's shrink that back down. What should I print? I need a dual color print. That's what I need. I need a dual color print. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go into Thingiverse. That's right. Duh. Yeah, it's a fluid vase. I don't want that. I want a 2-color print. What would be a 2-color print that I could print here? Anybody have any idea of a cool 2-color print that I could print that'd go fairly fast? Like a half hour to an hour? There we go, zebra vase. Yeah, nobody's got anything. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and go with the zebra vase. Thing files. Need that, and I need that. Okay, so now we go back over to Cura. We're going to open that up. Open. Oh, come on. Open. On that one. Let's see. We don't want something really big. So let's go. Scale 50%. Yeah, let's scale that to 50%. There we go. Then we click on one of these. I hit shift and I click on the other one and then do right click and then I go merge models. Yeah, that seems like it's right. Oh, what? No, no, that's not what I want. No, that's seems like it's even smarter than it was before. Yeah, something changed. I just want to move it. That's all I want to do. Move. Actually, I just want to center it. There we go. That way I know if I messed up on centering it. Yeah, size-wise, that's going to take a while to print. Let's scale it down a little bit more. Let's just, yeah. Let's just do that. It's going to take it 45 millimeters on the height. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and print and stop this other print because it is going to take forever to do that color change. It's just barely starting to creep along with the green. So let's just go ahead and try that. But while I'm over here, do I have my... No, I do not. I need my... Where's it at? I'm missing something here. What am I missing? Check out support. I don't want support. I want... I've got to create a prime tower. That's right. Okay. Travel, cooling, support, fill plate adhesion, dual extrusion, enable time prime tower. Prime tower size. Yeah, that looks like it'll give me enough options to kill myself with. So dual extrusion, enable prime tower. And prime tower size, 20 millimeters. Let's make that 30. Well, it doesn't like that for some reason. Prime tower position. We probably want that at like what, a 150 by 150? Let's see if it gives me an idea of where that prime tower is going to be. Come on, slice. And then layer view. Oh, that wants to do the prime tower right where I'm printing. That won't work. Okay, so why is it doesn't like my 30 for some reason? It wants 20. And then let's change that to 200. See where that ends up being. Hey, where's my prime tower at? Not showing me my prime tower for some reason. Ah, goodness. Well, like a 200 by 200, that should take it far enough away from it. Okay, enough of this. I'm going to stop sharing that so we can go back over to the camera. Okay, let's go back over here to Kira. And might as well go ahead and stop this print real quick. And then we'll just see how bad the E-steps are when we switch over to the other. Let's see. Print. That works. Take this SD card. Stick it in the computer. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, let's see how bad this gets. You know, I've never tried Idea Maker. I hope it's going. That's the bad thing about it. Usually I'm over in front of it, and I'm not able to see it though. Let me go over that side. Okay, so the heated bed's heated up, and now it's heating up the extruder. While it's doing that, maybe it'll just, yeah, that's let it go. I want to see it do it, what's going to do. There used to be a hiccup on my A10 profile. I'm curious if it went away by switching some stuff there. Idea Maker. Let's see. Was for the Raise 3D? Okay, so something definitely changed on the extrusion rate by a lot. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. The E-steps are messed up. Let's see here. Yeah, that's it's going so hot. Let's get that turned off and let's see what's going on here. Steppers, get that off the bed. Keep everything heated up. Okay, let's see. Let's go back over here. Enabled the prime tower. What's funny is it never showed up on the build plate in the layer view, which is kind of odd. Let's just double check some of my settings here. Initial layer flow. There we go. Okay. Does anybody in chat know how to set E-steps as far as how to measure it? Is that you do 100 or like 20 millimeters of filament and it's supposed to chew up that much filament? Or how does that work? Yeah, I know Calvin did a video, but he didn't show how to actually set the E-steps. He showed how to set them on the computer. He did not say how to actually determine the E-steps and correct it. Yeah, he did a cop-out video. Sorry, Calvin, but you did. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Well, rather than just kill. Oh, here we go. Measure 100 millimeters, tall to extrude 100 millimeters, and measure the difference. Mark it with a Sharpie. Okay. So, there's my ruler. We will measure from the filament detector. And where's the Sharpie at? I have a Sharpie. Do I have other than a Sharpie though? Let's see. Ah, found a little ink pen. That will work. It's right on the tin. Okay, that will work. Okay. Okay. So we are 20 millimeters short. So I don't want to do it the way he told me to do it. I want you to do it on the screen if I can do it. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to harass Calvin. He's on the chat, is he? See, 100 divided by 80 equals 1.25. Multiply 1.25 by your current E-step value. Anybody know how to get to the E-step value in Marlin 1.1.8? That's what is on this one. I used to know how to get into it. I know. Mr. Carroll Science has got it down pat, man. Nope, nobody. I don't want to hook it up. They're going to make me watch Calvin's video. Eddie says yes. Okay, how do I get into the E-steps on the using the on-screen menu? Because me and cables do not mix. Control motion E steps. Thank you. Okay, let me move this over this way so I can see. Okay. Let's get down here. So control motion E steps. Control motion steps per millimeter. E steps. Mr. Kara Science dropped on some math here, and so let's pull out our calculator here. I'm set at 340. So 1.25 times 340, 425. Does that sound pretty good to you guys? Motion steps. Calvin said it'd take me 30 minutes to get there. I think he's just joking with me. He just doesn't know how fast I know to spin. Look at that. Look at that. Go. Yeah, Calvin, it's so much faster to hook it up to the computer, huh? 425, that's what everybody's saying, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go 425. Motion. Control. Main. Info screen. Okay, let's give this a shot. Should have made sure to leave everything the way it was. Actually, no, you know what? I didn't save anything on there. I did not save anything on that card. I left it exactly the way it was. So let's go ahead and continue printing. Just see what it does. Although it wasn't printing with the, what do you call it? Prime tower the way it was supposed to, but let's just see what it does now. Now I'm curious if it'll actually connect to the bed and do what it's supposed to do. Oh yeah, we're going to test again. All right, we're going to see if it connects to the bed this time, because last time it didn't want to stay on the bed. Yeah, it still don't look right. Although it is connecting to the bed. E-steps still seem off though. It seems like it needs to be cranked up higher. How much did Calvin say on his video that he said it turned up to? Anybody remember? I'm just going to cheat. I mean, it's printing, but I can tell it's not filling things in the way it should. Yeah, somehow I didn't slice that model right. Let's see. Okay, Calvin, let's take a look at your video. He says 430.38. Okay. Well, that model definitely doesn't look right, so let's go ahead and stop it. Let's see. Steppers. Yeah, as you can see here, these steps are definitely off. That's horrible. Yeah, these steps are still off by a lot. So, I wonder if I actually saved. That's a good question. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Control, motion, steps. Yeah, these steps saved. Well, 430, was it 430.38? It's called 431, huh? 430.38, he said. Okay. How said 380 was original, so 380, 125 before 75. I ain't afraid. 475? Let's see. Motion, steps. Speed 80, that's it. Getting 125. 475? I don't care. Let's try it. What else I gotta do? Just change it back? There we go. 475. And let's go ahead and get this thing back up. Pull the card and go over there and re-slice the model because I don't like the way it's sliced. Now, me, I would have just went ahead and just changed the extrusion up to like 200%. Oh, goodness. I'm going to delete that model. Let's try re-slicing that model. Open. Open. Oh, I remember now. So one of them has to be extruder 1. And then you have to take the other one and make it extruder 2. Right? Extruder 1. Extruder 2. No, come on. How did I do that before? Let's see. Select it, select it. Okay, how did I do that before? So that'd be extruder 1. That's right. Okay, guys. Okay, I messed up big time. That's why. Where's my I'll come back here. Let's go back to screen share. Let's share my screen. There we go, Kira. Okay, let's just clear this build plate because I'm an idiot. That explains everything. So we're going to open that one. We're going to open that one. And then that one is going to be extruder 1. This one, if I right click, will be extruder 2. Now I go there, I hit shift, I select the other one, and now I go to merge models. Then I go to center. And let's just go ahead and scale this down. Come on, scale it down to 45 millimeters tall. Nice little short thing. Okay, and there's my purge tower over there. Or my prime tower, I mean. So let's go 150. Let's go 150. That's pretty close to it. That'll work. Or I could take and I can go 200. No, not 220. 200. No, let's go 175. That way you can see the prime tower. And we can change this to 125. Oh, I'm learning quickly now, Lion. Okay, so I got the SD card in there. Let's go ahead and save it. Okay, let's stop sharing because it's boring, you guys. I'm sure, because I would be bored too watching me. Okay. SD card in there. Right from SD card. This up there. Let's see how bad it fails. Oh yeah, well it's doing this little thing. Like somebody mentioned earlier, need to clean that bit a little bit. This PLA has got a little bit of oil to it. Not a tremendous amount, but it's got a little bit. Enough to where things just kind of over time don't want to stick. There we go. Off the fumes. Oh, yeah. Okay. It would all be so much easier if they would just make sure that it was set from the factory. Okay. Well, it's adhering to the bed a whole lot better. It looks like the E-steps are still off considerably. And what's funny is it's not doing my prime tower. So something didn't get saved. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and test those E-steps again. And steppers. Yeah, that's still pretty horrible. That's still pretty bad. That's not good. So I just want to see if it saved it. Yeah. Steps 475, and it doesn't give me an option for two different extruders. It just says E-steps. So, gotta measure out another 100 millimeters. I know, right? Crank it to 1,000 and be done with it. I'm doing it by inches now. Oh, goodness. 100 millimeters. It's so much better if I had a Sharpie. Well, now that that's popped off the roll, now I can definitely look to see if I could figure out where my line was at. Oh yeah, I see it. Cool. Let's see. So we're going to go to prepare. Give access. There you go. Extruder. What do you mean it's too cold? Yeah, because I'm an idiot. Prepare. Preheat. Preheat. Wait for that to heat up, and then we'll try our E-steps again. I honestly, at this point, we know it's going to print using the model that came on the SD card. We just know it's going to because whatever they made all the calibrations, I believe, using that. You know, they stepped up the extrusion and everything to make up the difference. So that model will print good. So now it's just a matter of getting these E-steps set so it will print right. It does default to 2.85. I did change it. You know what? I better double check that because you're right. Because Cura also has a tendency of changing your numbers back. And I didn't bother to check that because I'm a bad person. Let's double check that. Shell material. Fill material. Okay, why am I not seeing it? Pinch printer. Machine settings. 1.75, 1.75 with a 0.4 nozzle, which I believe that's what that is. Somewhere there used to be a setting on this other part where it showed on the main part the nozzle, which there's the layer lines, which is 0.4. And then it used to also show the filament. And I am not seeing that sitting on there. Let's go back. Shell. Top, bottom. Z-seam. Infill. material. Flow. Retraction. Nozzle. Print speed. So they've got rid of that extra. Yeah, so it's set for 1.75. I was just looking at it because there used to be another one on the main for the under print setup where it actually showed the filament size on there a second time, and sometimes it would change back. But it looks like it doesn't have that now. It's because I've updated it recently to this newer version of Cura. So it looks like it's all right. Okay. Let's go ahead and save this. I'll double check my layer view, make sure that it's doing the purge prime tower, and it is. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, so back to what we're doing. Go to prepare. Oh, come on. Think for a moment. Go to axis, that's right. Extruder. 10 millimeters. 22.4 really. Put to 122.4. It's definitely moving much faster now than it was. I know there's way too much math up in this one right here. It's definitely much closer this time than it was that first time when we measured it. Okay, it just went into the thing. Actually, that's pretty close. I'm not even going to adjust it from there. Let's just go ahead and call that one. That looked pretty close to me. So let's just go ahead and start this thing up. That looked really close. Might have been just a hair over, but you know what? I don't care. Okay. Let's see what it does. Make sure the green's still coming out. We know the yellow's coming out. What's it doing? It's not. Did choose a stupid dog. I did not want the dog. That looks like the dog. That looked too much like the dog print. No dog print. Yeah, it looks totally affected. That was a poor color choice of filament on my part. Oh, goodness. How you doing, TK? Thank you for joining. Let's see if this thing will start printing right. I got nothing against dogs. I love dogs. It's just I don't have like 6 hours to sit here watching a dog print. Ooh, if it was a dual colored dragon, totally. I'm trying to do a dual color print. I'll say it should be hopping now. It is. Okay, so that's looking better. So now it's putting the outline, so it's going to be doing the vase along with the bridge tower. Something's not right in Cura. There's a setting that I'm somehow missing. And it's almost got to be where it thinks it's 2mm or the 2.85 or whatever it is. Because the gaps in that layer look just like it does whenever that problem comes up. Where am I missing it at? Where am I missing that setting at in Cura? This is one of the little glitches I hate about Cura with the dual color prints. Is this pause, because it's kind of goofy the way it does it, but it does it one time and then it'll continue on. Yeah. Okay, so where am I missing it at? I got quality, I got shell. Yeah, and that does that, which annoys me. Oh, goodness. But that's the only time it should do that. After that, it should just print just fine. I've never been able to explain that with Cura. Okay. Where am I missing it at? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find where I can re-enable it, because you're right. It's something's not. What in the world is it doing now? I've never. Something just is not right with this profile. Let's see. So do I have the temperature set? Yeah. Oh, that stringing is horrible. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. So I'm sucking at setting up this profile. I ought to just quit while I'm ahead, and then whenever I had a good night's sleep, come back over here and figure out where in the world I went wrong. Need to reconsider many things in my life. uh, wow. Where am I going wrong with this? I know there's a setting in here that used to pop up, and I'm sure that's what this is, and I'm just trying to find it where I can reactivate it so I can change the size of the filament, because that is just horrible. Yeah, it is the latest version of Cura. Thank you, Paul. Have a great night, my friend. This one's the Prime Tower. That one's the vase. And it's so horrible looking. I apologize, Geeetech, for having such a horrible profile starting out of the gate. I actually have to look on their forum and see if somebody's got one already made one for Kira. Somebody might have already made one on there. There's got to be something on here. Where am I missing it? Ha. Oh yeah, this profile sucks. I'm definitely going to start from scratch for this one because this sucks. Oh my God. That's horrible. It should not be having all these pauses. So I got to go back to it and figure out where in the world where all this is coming from. It must be where it's trying to change temperatures while it's in a park position or whatever it thinks it's doing. Because it's thinking that it's got two different actual hot ends, and it doesn't. It's just got two extruders. So I got to completely go through this. My goodness. Well, this stream pretty much sucks right here, doesn't it? Oh, goodness. Can't take it. I will figure it out. And I will definitely come up with something better than that. That's disgusting. Oh my goodness. But we know that the printer works. We know that it will print. It's just a matter of getting these adjustments. What is wrong with my computer? Stop that, you stupid thing. No, quit. Stop. Every time I move the chat over, it wants to expand and take up the whole screen. Oh, goodness. Anyway, I'll play with the profile. I'll get it all figured out, and then I'll definitely share it with you guys. In fact, I might even do another live stream later on in the week and show how the progress is going with it. But initially, it's a nice design. It's pretty heavy duty. I just don't understand why the steps are off that far. I don't understand why Cura is doing that, because I mean you can completely see through that. So I'm pretty sure that it thinks that that is 2.85 filament. Well, it's 1.75. I'm pretty sure that's what the problem's going to be. So I just got to get in there and figure out where that's at, and I got to figure out the pause in the Cura program, because it shouldn't be doing all those pauses during the print. Machine settings now. Let's take a look at that. Let's see. Yeah, the machine settings, I already looked at that one. I've got everything set for 1.75 and a 0.4 nozzle. I need to double check that nozzle, make sure it's a 0.4. I'm pretty sure it is. The filament that's extruded feels like a 0.4. It doesn't feel thinner than normal. But there used to be one other setting in here that I've had in the past that's reverted over, and it's caused me problems in the past. So like I said, I'll definitely go back through it and try to figure it out. It's just tonight, for some reason, I'm at a loss with this one. That's a rare one. Anyway, I get it figured out, and definitely share it with you guys a little bit later. But I want to thank you so much for joining me with this. Definitely make it more enjoyable. I think we had it up and running probably in about 30 minutes, which isn't that much far off from what the A20M were. It's pretty much with these printers, you're looking at about 30 minutes assembly time, more or less, and you're pretty much up and running at that point. I definitely wish the E-steps are set better, but as far as all that, we'll get it all figured out. Yes, Robbie, you got the right idea. I'm going to join you. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'll have an update for you here in the next couple days, and we'll go from there. But thank you for joining me, and have a great night.